Once upon a time, in the heart of a remote village called Ijegbo, where wrestling was not just a sport, but was for power, there lived a man known across all surrounding lands as Bragado the Mighty. He was huge, muscular, loud, and full of himself. A champion wrestler, undefeated for years. His biceps were like gods, and his chest wider than a yam barn door. But his ego was bigger. He terrorized everyone in the village, and they dared not talk back. Before every wrestling festival, Bragado would seriously and rigorously train, come rain, come shine, at noon and at dusk. He would train in the thick forest, alone. He didn't train the normal way. He broke trees, lifted rocks. No man could contest him. At every Ijegbo wrestling festival, after the junior wrestlers had finished their rounds, it was time for Bragado to get in the ring with other senior wrestlers. As usual, he would show his power and skill, as he was a very good wrestler. Bragado would crush his opponents like Chin Chin, flex his muscles and shout things like,
"Who amongst you dares challenge the thunder of Ijegbo?"
Call Bragado at any time. He was always ready to fight. Sometimes, they would even pair him against two wrestlers, and he kept winning every match. Bragado walked around the village like a demigod, grabbing the biggest meat at feasts. He would go to the village market and scatter villagers' items, but no one ever dared question him. No one even dared come close to him, let alone challenge him. He would mock the men and laugh at the women, saying, "Women can't fight. Their strength is only in pounding yam and gossip." Everyone laughed nervously, not because it was funny, but because no one dared to challenge Bragado as usual. Except one girl. Her name, Abeni. Young, slim, and quiet. Abeni was the daughter of the village palm wine tapper. Unlike other girls, she wasn't interested in beads or basket weaving. She grew up in the bushes with her father, following him to work every day. And she had watched Bragado for so many years and had constantly and secretly trained in the forest day and night in all those years, wrestling trees trunk, carrying rocks, copying every of Bragado's techniques when no one was watching. And with time, she mastered them all and even added her own skills to it, making her a unique fighter. She hid her skills because no female fighter had ever been heard of in the village. She watched, she learned, she grew strong. When the long-awaited Ijegbo annual festival came, it was a talked-about event as people from neighboring villages came to Ijegbo to witness the great wrestling. Bragado, the great wrestler, stood in the middle of the village square, roaring like a lion. And then he said, "I will offer anyone 10 goats if they can pin me down. Where are the men? Come and try your disgrace." The crowd cheered, yet no man stepped forward. But then, a tiny hand raised. Gasps filled the air. It was Abeni. "I will fight you," she said boldly. The elders laughed. "This is not kitchen work, child." Someone from the crowd asked, "Does she want to kill herself?" Another said, "Young lady, go and sit down." Bragado grinned. "Let her try. I will finish her before the rooster crows." And so, the match began. At first, Bragado charged like a bull. Abeni dodged, and she threw a punch. The crowd oohed. It was an unexpected move from her. Bragado was shocked because she had no fear in her eyes. He lifted her. She twisted mid-air and landed behind him. She was very swift. And then, just as she landed behind him, slam! She tripped him. Then he missed his step. Abeni seized the opportunity, quickly got on the rope, and dived straight down on his back. He felt a kind of pain at his spine. Her plan was to weaken him in any and every way possible, because she knew that if he got a hold of her again, he might not let her go, and only winning was the option in her mind. But just then, the unthinkable happened. Somehow, she powerfully lifted the already injured mighty Bragado on her shoulder. The crowd was shocked, and everyone went quiet. She threw him to the ground and pinned him, strategically causing more pain. Bragado couldn't believe his eyes. He was weak for once in his whole life. After so much pain and so much strength from Abeni, Bragado tapped out. The village square was absolutely silent. Then, wild with shouts, Abeni beat Bragado. People said, "The mighty has fallen." The crowd cheered. A girl defeated him. Unbelievable, some said. Bragado laid there, confused and humiliated. He was in so much pain as Abeni celebrated. Not just physical pain, but emotional pain. His ego was hot. And so, the championship belt was taken from Bragado and given to Abeni. Regardless, Abeni extended her hands to help Bragado up as they both smiled respectfully. From that day on, Bragado became humble. He stopped mocking others and began training both girls and boys. Abeni also became the first official female wrestler of Ijegbo, and she opened a small wrestling school in the village, teaching young girls right there in the village forest. What this story teaches us is that strength is not in size or gender. It is in discipline, courage, and belief in oneself. It also lets us know that we should never look down on anyone, because even the smallest can shake giants. What do you think about this story? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.